GM guys, Saikida here. So today I want to talk about a trade that I took on Friday, which was on Bitcoin. No, it wasn't gold, and I actually messed up. Yep, I had a problem with my signal. Maybe I'm gonna post the execution video. You can see that it went stuck again. Once again, it did this thing. When was it? Last 2 weeks back, I think. But that day I was in a winning trade, so it was not an issue. Actually, I made more, but the same thing happened. I think it was my signal, because when I checked on TradingView, which was on my PC, the chart was also stuck. It was not moving, and my phone was also stuck. So I wouldn't say it's a phone problem. I wouldn't say it's a prop firm problem. I think it's a signal problem that I had. And at this time, it was bad because I was on DD candle, so that DD candle, yeah. I took a loss. So obviously that's the candle that hits a stop loss. Okay, so I didn't have a stop loss. I was trying to put a stop loss for a few seconds, and then actually, let me tell you what happened. I went in first trade. I posted everything on my Instagram. Took that trade, and it was in profits because I got a nice discount entry, even though it was offside, but it went into profits, 2,000, 3,000 ish profits, and then it came all the way back down, took me out. Okay, I thought I was passing actually with that trade because I had a bias, so when every time when I have a bias, it's either I'm gonna take a big loss or I'm gonna make a lot of money. So my model doesn't necessarily require a bias. You can just go to that, specific time frames, 2-3 of them, have a short-term bias, not like a daily you don't have like a bias for the day. You have like a session bias, okay? And then you can trade it with that session bias, that short bias for maybe 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes, window. Could even be like maybe 2 hours sometimes, but that's like, it's like a session bias. It happened that I was offside on the first trade. I lost 2,000, which was according to my risk management, right? The second trade was supposed to risk nothing more than 1.5, but guess what? I placed the first trade because I first checked, okay, how much am I risking here? Initially I thought I was going to have a nice tight stop loss, so I went back with a 2-lot size, and then it didn't execute the 2-lot size, and then I pressed again, didn't go through. I said, okay, let me reduce my lot size. I thought maybe it was a prop firm issue, and then I went to 1 and pressed 1, and then nothing went through. And then when I checked a few seconds later, all my positions are now open and I'm in drawdown. I said, oh shit, okay, this was I didn't plan for this, so what do we do now? Okay, I said, okay, and then I realized I don't have stop losses, so I said, okay, before I cancel these trades, let me put stop losses, so that, like, worst case scenario then. And then I try to put stop losses, nothing goes through. Again, I'm stuck. And then, and then I eventually, one order had a stop loss, but it was deep and like negative. And then I just said, okay, now I'm canceling one of the orders. Canceled it. It didn't go through. Then I tried. I canceled half. It went through. And then eventually, I said, I'm gonna keep trying putting a stop loss. Then I'll just leave, and because I could see that where my stop loss was, if I calculate everything included, I'm not gonna fail the prop firm anyway. The phase. I said, okay, fine. I'll take that huge loss, but because it was quick thinking, even maybe I'm on side. Let me just be positive, because I'm a positive guy, And then boom, DD candle out, 6,500, I think, 6.6. Yeah, I think that was the loss on Friday. Now I understand why people fail these accounts. The psychology on these things is crazy. You can make money for I don't know how many months, and you haven't made money. Essentially, like, you pass phase 1, you pass phase 2, you are still broke, you're still at a zero, then you get funded, and then now you have to make money to withdraw. So I said, you know what, maybe I'm rushing. Next week I'm gonna take it slow again. And this phase 2, the whole monthly P&L is at a negative 6.6 that I lost. So I was at break even for the whole month. Imagine, bro, whole month I'm at break. Okay, well, this was actually one of the best months. The moves were there, everything was there. Maybe I was not in alignment with my model. I would say that I think I focused more on passing the phase, because I thought the first week I went in with big lots, took a huge knock on the first week, and I had to spend the rest of the week, building back that equity. And then the following week, same thing. Once I got back at 200k, went in aggressively, took a hit on that trade, boom, back. Now I have to work again, and then I took a break for a few days, and then boom, on Friday now, back on Friday, which is this last Friday, because I was back at 200k, I said, let me take this day, and everything looks clean on my side. Let me go in, and I was actually offside twice. And well, now that I've reviewed, I can clearly see now that the dust has settled, that I was actually trading to pass once again this week. So spending this week indoors, doing what I have, just to realign myself, reviewing, backtesting the whole week, looking at the lessons that I learned, and this is growth in real time, you understand? So this is how you grow as a trader. This is gonna be a very good journey, I'm sure this is the first 200k that I've bought on FTMO, so I want to see. I'm sure the second one is coming after this one, that's for sure. I will be experienced then, I'll be more experienced, and it's okay. I have to actually trade these phases, not spending this much time, obviously, like those who gonna allocate. I think I'm gonna end up having like a boot camp sort of a thing, so I can log in for specific weeks just to pass these funded accounts, stack them all together, and then boom, because I'm gunning for that million in funding, million USD. Once we get that, boys, it's chai, then we're going to go buy the first car together. How does that sound? And then nonetheless, this was a great week. Very, what a good way to end the week on Friday. Very interesting, and looking forward to next week. Obviously, the focus, this week I did quite a good job. I improved because I let some few days pass by, watching the charts, not executing. I realized that, okay, so I am still in control, which is very important, by the way, because you become addictive to pressing buttons, and you shouldn't be, So took a 2-day off. When I came back, well, I was offside twice, and that mistake of the signal ended up losing more than I wanted to, but it's okay. I survived, and I'll be able to trade on Monday and going forward. So I'll see you guys on Discord. If you want to join me for my monthly live streams, just hit me up, send me a DM. Give you guys discounts. See you on Monday next week. Ciao.